it's Chantale from Red Page Cafe. I am here to show you guys my design team project for Tracie Fox using her digital kit called Grotesque. I will link her shop below, and I will also link her YouTube channel. So let's get started. Let's start with the girl. So these super cool images I picked up at the Dollarama in Canada. This one goes into like a skull. It's super cool. So that's kind of how I got inspired by doing this. I really wanted a grungy look, and I wanted it to be, I just really wanted grungy. So, and I kind of wanted it to be kind of creepy at the same time. So on the cover, these butterflies, I've already said they're from Artie Mays. There's a little bit of ribbon right here that is I have stitched around this picture. There is cheesecloth, there's this burlap, there is some ribbon here that I tied with knots. These images here are from Tracie's kit. There's some music paper there, and so it's like a mixed media cover, and I used an old hymn book, and then I used twine to, I think that's what it's called, to do this spine. I guess it's not a spine. I'm not even sure what it's called, so if you guys know, let me know. So this is how I closed it. It's all doubled, and all the pages in it, this is the back, all the papers in it have been reinforced, you'll see. So let's go in. So this is the cover. I mean, the inside. There is a pocket here that I have put little butterflies. There's a spot. I will put a little, I'll ink it up, but I will put a little "this book belongs to." It just tucks back here in there. And then there's two of her beautiful tags that I have included. And then this guy is, there's a little butterfly, vintage butterfly. I think they're called tea cards. And then this guy just flips out, and you can write underneath, and there's some stitching. There's quite a bit of stitching, quite a bit of heavy dyeing. There's a lot of inking and eco dyeing too. So these were kind of an attempt at eco dyeing, but it's very dark. So this has been reinforced. There's quite a bit of room to write in here. There's two here with a butterfly. This is one of in our kit. More eco dyeing with beats. Some reinforced holes. This is from that Grotesque kit. What I did was I printed it with one image and then a lined paper, and then I inked it to make it look grungy. They've been reinforced. Butterfly at the bottom with cheesecloth here. There's a little envelope here with extra little butterflies in there for you guys to use in your journal. And this envelope is actually from Tracie's kit. There's a little dangle here, little beads. It also holds this beautiful image that was given to me from Camille. If I will try to link everybody below, Instagram and everything. So this is an old book page that I found. I just love how ripped it was, so I just put it in there. This is, what's it called? I can't remember. Anyways, it's got a beautiful feel. I can't even think. It's like tracing paper, that's what it is. And then we've got, I tried to make a little noose here to attach this little half of a page because it was too dangly. So I've learned a lesson there to make sure they are both attached at the top. So I reinforced it so it holds. There's a little card, journaling card here. Another one of her beautiful images. And I put lined and I inked it a bit. Another very extra crispy book, so that, and then I used one of her pages that I accidentally printed too big, so I used the little bits all over in the books. Like half of it was missing, so I had to use it because I didn't want to waste it. So here's another image. Here's one of her tags. These journals will be in my Etsy shop probably today, after I do this video, after I upload this video, sorry. There's another little tuck spot here. This is scrapbooking paper. And some more really grungy paper. I love it. And then this guy, I learned how to make these little books with Patricia Veramonte's tutorials. So I thought I'd add one in there. So this is just glued on. And then there's extra little papers here. There's one of her tags. And there's room to write if you want on the back. And then you can add pictures or write with white gel pen on the black. So this is another one of her pockets in her kit. And then there's another little dangle with the rose. And then this guy is a flip out. This is the paper I was saying that it was a little too big, so I reused it and I made it into a pocket. And this is another one on her kit. I just printed them on cardstock, and then I inked them. Then I patchworked that one so it would look grungy. These guys were given to me by one of my friends, and I wasn't sure how to use them because it said stuff about smoking, so I just put some paper on there and put them in there because I never thought I was going to use them. And then when I made these journals, I thought, oh, these are perfect. And she also sent me roses, these rose cards. They're vintage also. This is another one of her pages in her kit with lined paper. I should have printed them a little bit larger, but it is what it is, right? I made it work. I should go a little faster. And then I had so much fun making like these coffin tags, and I tried to have them with some tea-dyed paper on the back so that you could write on them, so that a little bit of an extra writing room. And then there's another little butterfly here, and this is one of her pockets. And I found in this book there wasn't like as much writing space as I wanted, so here's a butterfly, and this guy, take that off, opens up and gives you extra room to write on. So I thought that was kind of a fun little idea. And the little paper clip holds that down. Another one of her kits, and a bug, little tag there with a little skull. There's two of those little skulls in each journal, at least two, I believe, on the little dangles. I'll try to show you guys the dangles a little closer. I made another one here, and I might paint it again, but I use gesso so that you could write on it if you wanted to. A beautiful mop that I found in one of my books. Some more tracing paper, and then I got this brown paper, and I inked it up, and here's more of her kit. Some scrapbooking paper that I thought it was perfect, and this is great with white gel pen to write on. Another flip, and this music paper, and there's a little tuck spot here for writing on. And this time I ended up putting a little bit more paper to write on, because it was, but you can also write with a white gel pen on them too, on the dark pages. And then this guy is a tag with the leftover of the little skull faces. And then this one, oops, I might have to do something with that. Another page in her kit of what is trying to grunge the mop. Another more with cheesecloth, tea-dyed paper, and the last really grungy. Talking about grungy, sorry, my hands are still pretty grungy. And then in the back, there's another one of these. A great big giant, good page, giant page. Oh, and there's one of her little tickets too. Just tucks in like that. So that is the girl one. And now let's get the guy. I'm not very creative when it comes to naming these journals. This guy also has one of those images. Hopefully you can see it. He's kind of more like a zombie. And then I just did a bunch of layering too. There's a cloth here that I've ruffled some of her kit, the little skulls. I kind of tried to make a noose here and then I attached a little skull, and then I've got another skull there, and I stitched around the paper, more of that webbing, sorry, and lots of cheesecloth underneath, and same binding. Oh, sorry, this guy is covered in a cloth. Oh my goodness, that's been tea-dyed and inked, and there's strings all over it. Sorry. So that's kind of what it looks like. So let's go in. So this is the inside. There's a pocket here. There's a couple tags in there for writing or for adding in your journal. There's this book belongs to. This guy has a little pocket. This comes in her grotesque kit also. This guy you can write on the back. Another one of those beautiful images. You can choose to glue it on if you want. This is one of her other images from her kit. More of her tags and her spot, and some scrapbooking paper. They are open and reinforced, and then another one of those little tags that pop right in there. Lots of tea dyeing, lots of beet juice tying. Another one of those flip out on the music paper, and then I've got another one of these. And this is from her kit also. Another one of those little cards. Another one with a little dangle. This is from her kit. I made this tag too. Sorry, it's kind of caught here. There's a little tuck spot right there. A black tag that you can write on or add to your journal if you want. It's like a pocket tag. And on the other side, there's one of her tags too. It's kind of cool. And it just sits here, or you can choose to put it wherever you want. There's some trim too. I don't know if I mentioned that. They're in both the books. This guy is a journaling card. Another journaling tag with there's a little skull. Oops, sorry. Grungy paper, and then this one is from her kit. The spider's super cool, but I made it that it pops up, and then you can write on the back. And then there's a skull, and this guy has a tag too, and this is one of her tags. Got a little pocket in there. Oops. You can put a little message, or you can write on the back if you'd like. Just pops right in here. Some more tracing paper. I love these faces. They're pretty creepy. Some more book pages. Another one out of her kit. And this guy's pretty loaded. This tag was supposed to be super simple, and it ended up very complicated. So there's one little tag. This is what the name of the kit actually is, and this is one of the pockets. And this is a tag that I kind of learned on Patricia from Veramonte's YouTube. She had a tutorial. So there's this little guy here where you can write. And then we've got the little coffin that there's two pockets. There's one pocket here and there's a second pocket in the front. So you put this guy back here. And then I made kind of like a mishmash kind of tag that you can write on if you want with like leftovers and stuff. So I just tucked it right there. So you can use those in your journals wherever. And I added more paper to write on if you'd like. And there's a little tag here. Here's one of her journal pages out of her kit. And then I don't know, I was just playing with the stitching and I ended up with some flames here and there. So this is one of her tickets. So I kind of had fun. I think they turned out pretty good considering. Oops, got caught there. More inking. And this is another pocket and there's, oh, sorry, there's nothing in there, but I'll put some tickets and stuff. But this, oh, sorry, I guess I should show you guys. I'm just thinking this video is going to be long. And then this guy, I just kind of took pieces of leftovers and made it into a little text spot. So this is one of her cards, and then there's a little text spot right here, and there's also a text spot right there, and then the back. So you could add more stuff if you wanted to. And then we've got the lovely flip. Another one of her beautiful pages. And then same thing with this journal. I found that there wasn't a lot of writing room, so I added this cool book page on bats. And on the other side, I just use gesso, and I might give it another coat so that we can hide the bears and whatever you can see. So that way you would have a little bit of extra room to write. So I just clip it like that. And then this is the back of the book. So we've got two tags with, sorry, there's a little bit of stitching here and some zigzag. And then you can write on here if you like. I will stamp probably the date that I made it, which I usually do, and sign it. And that's it, you guys. So these two are going to be in my Etsy shops probably today. And just a little sneak peek, there's two more coming that will be more in the oranges. So there will be, this little fellow still needs to be stitched, and there's going to be more on the cover. I'm not quite done. And then the grandparents. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me, and you guys have a great day. Take care, and I'll be putting those in my Etsy shop tonight probably. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.